right-handed, so that's the first place I look for the camera. So when I want to talk to you guys, I should be looking here. I'm just scrubbing it up today. I'm sorry. I'm failing all of you so miserably. And yes, I agree. TV is for casuals and people who don't have people who don't know the glory of the internet. I don't even know. I don't know. Everything I want to watch, I can watch on the internet. If I want to watch a boxing match, I can order it on the internet. If I want to watch football, I can watch football on the internet. Like, what do I have that I want to watch on TV that I need to watch right now that I can't watch later on? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. In fact, I prefer watching it on the internet because I can binge watch it like back to back to back to back. And I hate waiting for new episodes of things. Like, the only thing I'm willing to wait for is manga. Like, manga is I don't even wait for animes. Like when people are like, "Oh man, this new anime came out," I'll wait till the end of the season until it's finished and then I'll watch it because I want to watch it all in one run. I'm hella impatient, but yeah, dude, I'm hella impatient. Only things I wait for is manga. I wait for manga and a free and somebody to get off the bench so I can go to the gym when I'm at the gym. That's it. Those are the only things I care about. Forget everything else. Gains take time, patience. Yeah. So since the mic was low earlier, I don't know if you guys heard me talk about my tournament performance today. This is probably the worst I've performed in the tournament. So far, I played really poorly. Not really. I guess I can't say I played really poorly because all my other decks won. It's just Temple Mates just dropped a bunch. But so I don't know if you guys had any opinions on Temple Mage in the tournament setting, but it was doing really solid on ladder, but I don't know. It just didn't perform in tournament. It legit, Temple Mage legit went 0-5. Everything else won, like every other game. Everything else won all the games. Temple Mage dropped every single game today. I think Shaman dropped one game, and that was it. Shaman dropped that game, and the rest of my losses were all because of Mage just not being able to pick up anything. Hunter just went hamburgers today, like, Hunter, I don't even know. Hunter was going crazy. Like Hunter was like, you know what? Bam. 0-3. Like 3-0. I said 0-3. Hunter went 3-0. Just destroy everything it touched. So did Tempo. So did the Tempo Dragon Warrior. The Tempo Dragon Warrior went crazy. Like absolutely insane. Shaman did really well too. Only lost one game, but Tempo Mage just. Oh yeah, he said, "Yep, I only got so many hours in a week. I got 45." Yeah, man, like that's the thing. You got so many hours to watch TV, and like to have to chop it up, and then like I don't know, man. I just want to binge watch what I can binge watch, and just be an overall happy black man. I don't want to wait for that stuff. I'm hella impatient. Why use the oven when I could use the microwave? Like, come on, son. That's not true though. If you can oven heat anything, or you have like a conventional oven, you don't use a microwave. But it doesn't sound as good. It doesn't work with the example that I'm giving. But let's see. Yeah, man, play 4 anti-aggro decks. Get run over by aggro anyway. Feels bad, man. Shit suck over, you know. Yeah. See, that's the thing is like I don't feel like any of my decks were like anti-aggro, and I don't feel like they needed to be. I just needed Mage to actually perform. Like at any point in the series, if at any point during my tournament life, if it would have performed the way I thought it was going to, it would have been fine. But it just didn't. And you know that's my fault. Like I said, the only game that I just really couldn't I didn't really hold myself accountable too much for was like the priest game. And even then, I still brought the deck, so I'm so accountable for. But the priest game was the priest where I just didn't have anything to play until like turn 4 or 5. It was just really bad. Because he's a Dragon Priest, and you know it's basically tempo versus tempo, and he just kept being able to drop minion after minion and minion since Dragon Priest is a minion-centric deck. I just didn't have anything to respond. I just had to keep playing spell, and it just wasn't cutting it. Wasn't good enough. Yeah, man.
So the final round is about to be starting. We're going to take about 5 minutes, and then we're going to start the round. We're going to have Donnie Peck versus Nathaniel Paco Smith. Nathaniel is on the Magic the Gathering Pro Tour, and Donnie is a Grand Prix top 8 competitor. both great Magic the Gathering players, and we're going to see how much they suck at Hearthstone. So,
Oh God, no.
should be a great time. I will be right back as well.
All right. So let me just, I'll stay here and talk to you guys for a bit, and until you guys get tired of my voice, at least. Yeah, it's true. I felt like I had a pretty solid read. I think my primary issue was I had so many decks that were good against certain things, but with my last deck I just didn't know what I wanted to target, so I decided like Temple Mage just because it seemed solid. I should have put in another deck that would do well against the other decks that I knew would be played. I felt like Temple Mage had been performing like on Deck Tracker, Hearth, sorry, Hearthstone Deck Tracker. I went great with Temple Mage against like almost everything, but it just didn't come through today. So I think next time I'll just go with the comfort pick and the good plays. I mean, comfort pick and what I feel is like a lot better, and that's just the rogue. The Dragon Rogue Dragon Rogue is really good. It's very tempo oriented. In my opinion, it's very good. It's been performing for me really well. I think my stats on ladder are like 30 and I want to say 30 and 16. So it's been performing really well. It's not nearly enough games to say that it's an amazing deck. Like, I think I need to at least play 50 games or more to say that it's just absolutely amazing. But I feel like it performs really well, a lot better than Temple Mage did. Because Dragon Rogue has all the plays, like has all those tempo plays and all those temporary plays that Standard Rogue has, but it combines it in a way that but it combines it with the Dragon cards, which are actually really good now. Like, Dragon cards didn't used to be as good, or at least I didn't feel they used to be as good outside of like Dragon Priest and stuff like that, because I felt like they were kind of clunky and slow. But if you look at the sheer number of Dragon archetypes that have arisen since Standard, because a lot of the cards that plague the Dragon cards are just gone now. So you add, Blackwing Corruptors in the Rogue, like a card that's a 5/4 and does 3 damage and like kills something. That's just kind of like another SI7 agent without the prerequisite of playing something else. Very, very strong in my personal opinion. Then you have all your clears, you have all your cards, for clearing things and stuff like that. Your backstabs and all kinds of tempo stuff. You still run your saps, and you can just completely outpace someone and beat them on sheer tempo alone. But it also runs the Malagos for burst in case you can't get it done early enough. In case you can't get the game done quite early enough without it, you still have the Malagos and stuff for the late game burst. That's how I won one of my games today. I had put him down, and then he was trying to do some cute shit and armor up out of range, and I think he had like 13 life or something like that, and I was just out of reach of me killing him on board, and just out of reach of me being able to kill him with just the eviscerates, the Azure-Eject eviscerates. But I played the Malagos, coin eviscerated, and then prep eviscerated, and got the win. Okay. Yeah. The Crusher Shaman? Yeah. Crusher Shaman, man, that's like one of my favorite like decks in all of existence. The Control Shaman archetype, I think, is really it has something there. Like, I think if someone just sits down and like gets the formula, sits down and mixes that up real quick, gets that stuff right, I think it can be something really solid. Like, they have so many good removals. Stormcrack is ridiculous. Like, Stormcrack just shuts down your opponent's turn 2s and turn 3s. Like, then you got the Hex then you got the Hexes, and you have the Elemental Destructions into the Lava Shock and the Lava Shocks. You can just win, like, off pure value. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the big thing, is like, if you don't get the spells to clear things, you don't win, because you're not able to keep up with the stuff that everyone's playing, and they're putting more damage down than you can remove at the time. But that's any control deck, you know what I mean? Because when you're playing control, you're playing a reactive deck. Like, if you can't react to the proactive deck, then what do you do? Nothing. That's just how control works. So like that even happens to Control Warrior. You know what I mean? Like Control Warrior, you don't have anything to play. You don't have anything to play the first few turns, and like all you doing is armoring up, but your opponent's dealing with your armor, like mitigating armor by hitting you in the face. Like, what do? You pray and hope that you draw into that brawl on 5, or something else that's gonna swing that board, like, and let you go hamburgers. But after a while, you just lose. You just don't keep up. And that's one of the reasons why like mid-range hunter is so good versus warrior. Like, he can just keep playing things, and you can't react fast enough to it. Or especially if you don't get the cards to react to it, you just lose. Like, especially with Call of the Wild and stuff. But Call of the Wild, it's just whatever.
They already started, so we are gonna get into it as fast as we can.
Oh.
We got Panda. Alright, so Panda and Paco. And we've got the Nexus on fire. Is Donnie.
Okay.
Oh, Dragon Warrior. I love this deck, by the way.
It's so fun.
That's my jam.
It's so good.
You just play the Corruptor? I don't think you got it.
I wield the power.
He's still, even if he played one of his 4-drops, he's got that monkey. So.
The dragon warrior. He's not able to reach that man tag. You don't want that man tag to be on cards.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to get it next turn pretty much no matter what.
If he rolls a storm, no, actually,
Oh no,
he can hex storm, or he can just storm and kill it.
well, especially now.
Yeah. See?
Perfect.
Stone Cold.
Yeah. These are looking very Ooh! You see that drop?
Stop that. Thing is, still got that hex. Hex is
Oh, I meant from the shaman.
Oh.
See,
God.
see what the shaman
That
says
is,
there?
yeah. No. This is ridiculous.
And then
Totem Bolt. Yep. Yep.
you called that one. Why would
You can tell the animation. You can tell that. I don't know. I have no idea. There's no reason unless you genuinely just worry about brawl. Like, you shouldn't worry about brawl.
There is a lot at stake here.
Look at these.
He's like, you know what? It's
By the way, these guys are very good friends. They help each other with their decks and all that stuff. They know what's in each other's decks, and
Hey man, Tuskar Totemic, dude. See, that's the thing that's crazy is like Tuskar Totemic was like trash until. Okay, the main things that made Tuskar Totemic trash was like Flame Cannon. Like Flame Cannon just great. Tuskar Totemic and everything. No matter what you got, if they had something on one or they had like a problem with Flame Cannon, that guy was dying. Like both of those things were gone. And he didn't have anything to really synergize with him. Like, but now that you have things from below, Tuskar Totemic is fantastic.
yeah.
Like, things from below is just. I'm a little disappointed that Massive Evolution came. The Massive Evolution is kind of bad. Like, I don't like Massive Evolution.
Wow. Look at that.
Look at the.
You gotta play Finley, right?
Absolutely. There's no
If
world.
this was an empty board, I could see you playing the Alex Strauss's champion.
Yeah.
Or if it was a Void Walker or something.
Yeah, I think I definitely agree with the Finley play.
I mean, you're not gonna have a chance to use your hero power for a while.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't call Vitality Totem trash. Like, Vitality Totem was actually decent. You know how many games I won because of Vitality Totem?
Vitality Code was the one that healed me before.
Yeah, Like at the end of a turn, people like people have to kill. Like you have to kill that card.
It's pretty dang. It's pretty good opportunity in the mirror match. That's dang.
So probably Alex Strauss' champion kill the. You can Alex Strauss' champion kill the 2/3 proc the shield, or you can yeah, no, that's I think that's absolutely.
But how do you prepare for? I guess you have the ravaging ghoul, but how do you prepare for that turn? You know he's gonna play a councilman or an imp gang boss hack, and you have to set yourself up for that.
Monkey on
Monkey?
3.
Monkey on 3? I mean,
Monkey
how
on
good is
3.
Monkey against those two cards? Not that good. I mean,
Monkey's-
it buys you enough time to play something else.
I think Monkey's pretty solid versus those cards. Wait. Oh.
He's playing. I like this
Okay.
a lot. Because even if he has the abusive sergeant, he's still, he's still trading.
He could play the if he had a. If he
Look
was
at
like-
how well this worked out for him.
Yep.
This
Now he has options to deal with it.
Yep.
And that's the thing about Monkey. Monkey is really good. Spider Tank had the stats. Like if you think of Spider Tank, he had the stats. He was 3-4 for 3, but this is 3-4 for 3 with taunt. Like
For the life binder.
this is actually pretty good right now. Alex Strauss' champion right there. Yeah. Kill. Only thing is, see the the Dark Iron Dwarf is pretty scary next turn, but.
Yeah. I don't like playing around Dark Iron Dwarf.
I don't know. No, I don't
mean,
either.
I would consider the Defender of Argus.
Mhm.
Like that'd be the thing that I would have been most afraid of. But it looks. We're getting to the big. If you're playing
I don't like that. I don't like that trade. I didn't like that hit. I think he definitely was better off hitting with the.
he's just trying to.
He's just trying to swing the board.
Why do you
Yeah, he did. It's pretty. That was a pretty solid turn, honestly. So.
But he's going to be able to clear the board with his ravaging goal.
He won't. He'll still have the imp.
Oh yeah, the 1/1.
He'll still have the 1/1.
That
but
seems like a good.
It's good
play.
enough. Yeah, it's definitely good enough. So yeah, he has to hit with the monkey. He has to kill the 3/1 with the monkey, or not.
Nah,
Leave him with.
you can
For the
you
life
can go,
binder.
like, slam, trade your 1/1 in, like monkey on the knife juggler, that kind of. You could do some stuff. Leave him with the 2/1 in play.
Yeah, he can, but it doesn't look like
What he's doing? He's gonna.
I don't understand why
It's
he
gonna be
was.
the 2/1 against the 3. He's using his hero power here. Yeah, he's
He could have slammed. He could have slammed and traded the 4. And basically did the.
yeah, he's got the slam still in his hand,
Yeah.
It's reasonable.
True.
Back to the dark iron. I mean, he can play the slam, and then the ghoul just trades with the 4/4, or he can play, Fairy Dragon. Save the Ravaging Ghoul for the Tentacles. That's what he should do. He knows his opponent's deck, so he's gonna play around the time.
Absolutely.
Good choice.
You can't afford to not play around Forbidden.
It sucks because both of you are at such high life totals, and
Back on that right there. It's not that bad. It's gonna really go this way.
yeah, why not? Because he's gonna need the Fairy Dragon, like, to do any work here. It's still gonna need help.
Yeah.
It's
No, I understand the play. Like it's pretty. I was just.
his draw here is not really lining up against an opponent. You can hero power, deal 1 damage.
Do you just kill most of the things? Like you can Ravaging Ghoul.
I like
Hero
hero
power?
power.
Yeah.
I like that play. But we've seen
My shield for Argus.
Drawing that's so clever. Are you usually improving with that's so clever.
No, he has to clear.
Very good.
He has to clear that. He can't just keep getting hit by that.
I mean, you can just play the dragon. That's okay. I mean, you get to clear 4 out of 3-1 and that's way. But you know, if you Paco really wants to execute here. That's what I'm saying about that one.
It would have been
Executes like
fantastic.
any turn of this game.
Get in there, fight,
Probably
maggot.
actually. Let's see, so you played the Twilight Guardian. You played Twilight Guardian with Crusher. Do you feel you need to catch up, or do you need to?
Why you play Ragnarok?
You
The
wanna
opponent can't kill you.
You want to play
Just
Rag?
get that developed, right?
True. He can't kill the Rag, or he can't kill you either.
I mean, you're cool.
Can he tap into Weasel though?
I mean, he can draw power overwhelming.
Well,
I mean, this play makes a lot more sense. But like, especially like you're still doing really well with your hero power on these future turns, but
really nice. Found the second audio. Found the second
Why
audio.
do you fall? My shield for Argus.
Kirkron's.
If it's still the right play, like getting a 6/6 in play is going to be good, but
Yeah. I probably.
if you play Karkon, your opponent only has 3 points of power.
I think you gotta do it though. You gotta play the Kirkron, you kill off the two.
The problem with playing the Karkon on this turn is that, like, next turn you could play the 6. And now you're stuck playing 1 spot. That's just. Oh, one. Sorry. You're stuck playing 1 minion a turn. 1 minion. I mean, yeah, you probably have all the most expensive cards in your deck right now.
How
That's.
close is that? So let's see, 6, 8. What's that? 6,
That's-
8, 9, 11.
Oh wow, yeah. So it's 5 plus 7. That's actually you get the 5, so 2 plus 3 with the wolf, and then 7.
He actually might. Let's see.
I mean, you can clear the Leroy, but
He can clear the Leroy, but he needs the Rag.
Do you risk it?
The-
The Ragnaros?
I think you have to. Like, can you win without Rag clearing something else? Don't you just lose?
Well, no, because you get
Well, no,
one
you
armor.
can. You can gain an armor, but I don't think that's helping you win though.
I think you have to play Rag here.
You can, or you can hero power Draconic Crush. As long as that doesn't go
I
base.
mean, he's got most damage.
Oh.
Yeah, that card's gonna be a
Oh,
good
this
one.
is so bad right now. Oh, I feel so.
So he needs a spin.
I don't know. Does this deck have whirlwinds?
Just those two, right?
Yeah, I think so. Let's see. So if he, I don't know. That's
No,
game.
that's
That is GG's, my good sir.
So there's 7 of them, and he's got a way to kill 4 of them, or to kill 3 of them. That's it.
Oh no, you're right. No, he can kill 4
Three.
things. He can kill 4 things.
Oh yeah, 4 of them. Yeah. So that's enough. That's
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, that's game.
No. Killing 4 things is good. Oh no.
Yeah, because he has to take 1 damage. Yeah.
Take it. Never mind.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's tough because, like,
In that that situation, could Dragonic Crusher have been played? Could he have done that and it would have been better? Because you could so you could dictate the 6 to the face, and then at that point, what is he? You could tap again, I guess. You could tap again finally, but I think you actually had a shot of winning if you went face with that shit and then played that. Wait, no, because
he wouldn't have been down to 8. You would have put him down to 10.
Yeah.
You could have put him down to 9.
Yeah, that's right. He was really close. And this is a bad matchup for the Shaman.
If you knew that you were going to draw the Blood to Ichor, yeah, maybe, but like, I think you were right with the back. I mean, you just wanted it was a swingy thing, like, yeah. Do you play the Argent's Fire first?
You as an aggro deck, you want this deck.
I knew what the answer was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that first game, that was pretty interesting. I'm gonna be interested to hear what Paco has to say about it when we'll get into it after this is done. We'll see what they have to say. And, we'll put this on YouTube and see what they say about it then too.
Did you bring some fish?
Oh man.
Worse.
All these juicy fire bat targets.
Man, look at that. Look at this. Trap value. It's not like his deck can want to not go face on that.
Is he gonna just slam?
Yeah,
is he gonna slam it?
Yes. There's no reason not to. Everything here is very weak to it.
Yeah. Oh, he drew another face.
Dr. Force.
Look at all this trouble he's gonna have. So what do you think? You attack with the 1/1 here because if that gets bounced, you're fine with it. Like I'm also thinking like you can just
The
play
elements will
the
destroy
7/7
you.
and pass the turn.
I
Right?
think if you were going to
I
attack with
wonder.
anything, you attack with the thing that has potential to get reoccurring value, and that would be the Tuskar Totemic.
Yeah.
So if I was going to get anything bounced, I would bounce the Tuskar just because it produces 2 minions. But
We're forgetting that Paco knows what's in Donnie's deck. It's true. He's just gonna pass the turn.
he knows this is he knows it's an explosive trap. Like,
This is
so. And either way, it's kind of being telegraphed a little bit. Like he waited until all of them.
Well, how shitty of a turn 3 is it that you just play full moon trap and pass that board, right?
Absolutely.
It's not gonna get you anywhere. What if he yeah, he's gonna play the totem. What if he got like the healing? Just wait till
Yeah, I definitely think that. It's more aggressive. It's going to get him the most damage. Just going to keep accelerating that clock, and hopefully, I'm always hoping he's going to hold for the Huffer or for the Misha.
Ooh.
Okay.
I did not expect Iron Horse.
Misha.
I mean, I guess I saw a lot of first Iron Horse.
Oh.
He's gonna go face. Well, he's not gonna win. Why?
Yeah, true, because he has 10 damage on the board, and he's just eating 10 damage. So he actually puts in, his opponent's clock is actually much slower than his is if he goes face. So I agree.
And you have to kill at least the Huffer.
Yeah, you do have to take care of Huffer, because what's that on board? That's 10, 12?
Yeah.
That's 12 right now.
Yeah. So usually your hunter can find 1 point of damage. So.
Well, this is mid-range, so it's
Yeah, but like he's gonna be playing the kill commands and the quick shots. Still.
Yeah, he will, but it's,
And he's got the one
Always
card
little
pretty
time.
early in the game of the variant grab. So I think you just clear it. Clear it, play your stuff. That's risky. That's risky right there. And it's
and that's
gonna
game.
cost him.
And that's game, yeah.
Yeah.
If it happened the other way, was that still game?
So
8 plus 8 plus 5, so that would be 13 still.
yeah.
So I guess it was game one.
He had to kill both creatures.
Yeah. Before he would have been fine, but
And if he would have, he's got 17 points in play. He's got the 5 in his hand. His opponent was at 22, right?
yeah. So that would have been.
It's like, I don't see why you don't make that trade there. Because even if your opponent uses his weapon to clear one of your things, you still have lethal with the lava burst in your hand.
yeah, that's
You know?
true.
Your
Actually.
opponent's not going to gain any life. And if they play just like a Mishra or like, they Houndmaster something, like them Houndmastering something is what you're most afraid of. But, I think that was a mistake on Paco's part. He's made a lot of plays that I wouldn't have made, and I think some of them were a lot better than what I would have done. But I think on his part that was a mistake because he did have that next turn lethal. He wasn't getting that lethal on that turn anyway. Just get to that next one and hope that your opponent doesn't have like double kill. I mean, he wasn't gonna win with double kill command there anyway. It was
Yeah.
only a 6-man.
That's true. That's true.
Like game ended pretty quickly, even though there was a lot of play to it.
Yeah, that was a lot quicker than I imagined. But that kill command off the top was the win.
Yeah.
Was the only way to win right there. That was exactly lethal. Wait, no, it was a 1-over.
Yeah, it was 1-over. So.
1-over.
So.
But-
I mean, it wasn't the only way. He could have spun another huffer.
Yeah, true.
There.
He didn't have a. Yeah, I guess that's true. If he would have drew the other
Yeah, he could've
animal
done
companion. Sure, that was a pretty quick set. Like, I wasn't expecting the aggro shaman to lose that because of the strong board position that he had, but he
Wait,
did.
that was the set? That was the whole. All right,
That was the set?
let's get him in here and see if they want to talk. They might not want to talk.
Sure. Absolutely agree with you. Actually, absolutely agree with you. Clean up. I don't. Only thing that I disagree on is I don't believe it's only because of Oh wait. Up. He's playing tonight. Only thing that I just don't think it's because of game boss only. Like I think it's a really good card just because of the way that Warlock works in general. Like I just think Mana Worm, like it's Mana Worm, but you get the other stats from the other minions to coincide with that card.
So we've got Donnie.
Oh yeah, it's just this microphone
No,
right
it's
here.
right now. We've just got this. It's on the right hand side.
Bam,
There's
video,
us.
bam, games.
So there you go.
What?
All right.
Get in there.
So what did you think? Especially since the last game is more fresh in the viewers' minds. What did you think?
I know the last game I got obviously super lucky because I had a calculator and anything else. So
Yeah.
that was like pretty good.
So your opponent had a lava burst in his hand, by the way, at the end of the game. So you were on 22, and he would have had 7-7.
yeah, I was
3.
great.
Yeah, and I was just, why do you think, like, why do you think he made that mistake or that play,
Well,
and not getting rid of your huffer?
the thing is, when he goes for that, he has lethal guaranteed next turn because he can still be counter.
Yeah.
So he really only has to have me not have kill command, but how I was playing that all game was just like he does. So,
Yeah.
And I think he just wanted to have the one turn to give me like multiple turns of power and stuff. But I don't know, like Houndmaster wouldn't have done it because I can face him and shoot him or whatever, and he just kills my whole board, and then I still have to have like first the next turn. So I don't know, I guess he's like.
Why didn't you trade though? Like all of those things that
Oh.
you're saying are reasons that like you should trade or not trade. He wasn't even trading. Like he would still have a
He
7-1.
faced, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the problem with the 7-1 play is, so if he attacks how he did with going the 7-4, and it has two X1s, and I think he loses super hard to unleash. Is that
Yeah.
gonna attack him for 5, put him to, I don't remember.
8.
I mean,
It would have been 8.
he would've
Yeah,
been
he
And
was
then he
eight.
gets just like outraged by
Yeah.
power.
Yep.
So,
But
Well,
because he still would have had he still would have had a 7. I think it would have been a 7, a fresh 7/7 on board actually.
Yeah.
he would have played it the next turn.
Yeah. Okay. See,
Yeah.
but he played it he played it the turn that you had the King Zelk. I want to say it was
Yeah, King Zelk and
the Huffer. So if he would have cleared the King Zelk and the Huffer, he would have just had to lose a totem goal, but he still would have had a 7. He would have had a 7-1 and a 7/7.
He could have done make his guy a 7-2 and then trade him, but I don't think that play was right. I think
Yeah.
you're right on that one.
I agree.
So does he know? Like, does he know that he unleashed the Hound to your opponent?
Yeah, he helped
Okay.
me build my deck, and he knows I'm
Okay.
trying to do.
Yeah, I mentioned that a couple times. So yeah, he knows that you have 2 unleashes, and like you haven't really had a good opportunity to play them yet, but you kind of had a good opportunity to play
Yeah,
them earlier.
I could have
in the
used it
game.
to trade off some features.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I kind of thought like, hey, you shouldn't play around Unleash the Hounds because you know he doesn't have it, but maybe you also shouldn't play around Tokame because you know. So I don't think it was that big of a mistake, but I do think like setting yourself up for that guaranteed lethal and not playing around a card you know your opponent doesn't have, rather than like I guess you would have kill commanded as 7/5 the turn before.
Or
as well,
just
but- Oh yeah, duh.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
because he would have been able to outrace him if that was the case with the bow plus hero power. It was just it was too good, and to get the value off the. I think the big thing that happened that game was you being able to get pull the value off the explosive
Yeah,
trap.
that was so
yeah.
different.
That was weird. I'm not seeing a lot of hunters with explosive traps.
Yeah.
We're not
Not
like
lately.
in our hunter decks we're not playing explosives.
So I was really tired of having. I only have 1 bow too, but
Oh, okay.
I was really tired of having bow without any traps. So I wanted to at least play 2 traps for the bow. And freezing was good, but it was just like god awful against Gulag. So then I have the 1 fiery trap and then a tracking to try to like find them. But my deck has a ton of better.
Yeah.
No,
I mean it is you.
I play. I like I play the one of Doomsayer, and then I play instead of the second Doomsayer, I play the Flame Juggler, because Flame Juggler is
I
really
like
good
that.
because Flame Juggler is really good against Zoo, but so is Doomsayer just because of the premise of it requires them to use a lot of resources to deal with the Doomsayer, and that's an extra turn I have to find Unleash the Hounds to deal with the board
How
or
happy
something
are
like
you
that.
when your opponent power level on these things?
Yeah, that's
Oh yeah, that's
usually knows they don't have anything to do with their hand.
yeah.
I actually want to cut the fiery bat for Doomsayers. That's what I'm thinking about. 'Cause
Honestly,
I hate that card.
honestly, I don't like
It's so bad.
I don't
It
like
is-
fiery bats.
It
Honestly.
did some good work for you today though.
Kind of. Like, even the pings when I played against him, like, his guys lived at 1, like,
Yeah.
every time I had it, he had an Argent Squire, and it just, like, gets outclassed. I could have played on turn 1 against and played Cold Draw, but you kind of have to, like, hope it pings it.
Hey, I mean
Yeah.
it can. But it's
yeah.
definitely like putting a lot of luck into it.
Honestly, and then the reason I like the Doomsayer, I play Doomsayer as one of just because, and I play double tracking as opposed to 1 tracking. So I like Doomsayer just because you can play it on those turns
playing 2 tracking,
before those.
Oh, just one? Oh, okay.
1 tracking's good too. Like no, it's definitely good. I like 2 just because it's not much like Discover. It's just a very powerful mechanic.
Yeah.
It's one of the only search cards in the game. Actually, is the only search card in the game that lets you actually go through your deck and sift through things. And since Hunter has no draw,
man.
wait, what else?
There
What
is-
else? What else we?
There is this is the name of the card that says put a 10 mana creature into your hand. That's-
Oh.
That goes through your deck.
I don't think that's a search though.
What
That's
about
just
like Sense Demons? You know?
Demon
Kinda
Sense?
Like
Yeah,
That one's still random.
That's like it's
Yeah,
random.
yeah.
It's I'd say it's like a pseudo search. This is a pseudo search. I mean, yeah, pseudo search is
if you
pretty.
only had 2 demons in your deck,
Infinity, I was just thinking.
that'd be
But-
something that I wouldn't have asked you to play, like a Jiraxis Sense
In a-
Demons deck.
But
I
If
just know
Jiraxis were
games.
better, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like every time I play him, I'm usually like 2 behind. I used to play Reno Lock beginning of the season,
Yeah.
and people were playing like main deck small fuses, and yeah. It was,
oh man, so many melted
Getting
hands.
rid of your hands. Yeah.
Like when you think about it, like if you actually think about it, that sounds freaking terrible, man. Just Harrison Jones breaking your hands, taking them to a museum, acidic ooze just.
Yeah.
But oh man, but like the zoo game. So what do you think was the big thing with the zoo game that let you take that one? Was it the? Because I feel it was the Dark Side Councilman. He
he's
did not
super
answer
good.
it. Dark-
His draw was kind of slow, and we were talking about it. He thinks he spent too many resources trying to clear the board. And there was a point where he had 2 6/6s in his hand. But one of the turns he should have stopped and just played one as a 6/6.
He had the whole.
Yeah.
He was holding 6. He was holding the Dragonic Crushers. Basically, most of the game that was his activator for most of the game. Actually, for his
So-
dragon effects.
Here was. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say. The big thing with the Dark Side Council, he did not find an execute all game. He could not. He didn't have an efficient answer to it whatsoever.
Literally, execute was good for like 9 turns in the
Yeah.
game in a row.
He like there's also a turn where he could have top decked the Ravaging Ghoul, and I cleared my board after I reload.
He did play both Ravaging
He
Bulls
only
that
played
game.
one.
He
Oh,
played
really?
one. No, he only drew
Okay,
one.
sorry, I must
He didn't have a
something else.
and since it's not tempos, it's not standard tempo maze. They don't run the battle rages for the cycle. They don't run the extra whirlwinds like the actual whirlwind card. And at that point, statistically speaking, it was very unlikely for him to draw the other Ravaging Ghoul. But it definitely would have been beneficial if he would have been able to answer that last what's that card? I can't even think of Forbidden Ritual.
Yeah. So here's the turn where I think he really lost it. I think he made a mistake. Like Paco and I played very differently, and I'm going to defer to him most of the time. Like that's like, he's a good player. But so he had on turn 9, his hand is Gramage, Draconid Crusher, and the 4th Recharger for 4 mana.
Okay.
And that's when I think he needed to play the Draconid Crusher because next turn he can play another Crusher on the Charger. And I think that was the only thing that stuck out. Sorry, it was Ragnaros, not Gramage.
Yeah, Rag,
Ragnaros.
yeah.
Yeah. So on that turn he decided to leave 5 mana unused and play the Charger. And it did put him, somewhat in a better spot, but it wasn't like.
Honestly, it was just a very awkward position that you managed to put him in, which is good on your good on your part. Like you put him in a position where he could try and RNG you for the win, and after you hit the Forbidden Ritual, that became less likely. Or he could take the turn and hope that you weren't able to develop and get any buffs or anything else that was going to be able to immediately damage him and win. So he just kind of stuck to the safe thing. But I think if he would have dropped the Dragonic Crusher, he probably would have had a better shot at winning because he can direct the damage where he wants.
He can pressure my, I forgot the 1/5.
The 1/5, the Councilman?
Councilman,
Yeah.
So, he just fell too far behind the stats on that side.
I just think he was honestly just praying for the execute at that point. Like he was just hoping for the execute, and it just never came because that would have been a big one. Because if he would have been able to go Ravaging Ghoul, execute, he would have cleared the tentacles, and he also would have got rid of the Dark Side Councilman. But it wasn't the case. You pulled it out, man. You played really, really well. It was really cool to see you. The hunter play was really nice. You paying attention, like the way that you paid attention and manipulated the clock to actually accelerate past an aggro dex damage was pretty cool.
Knowing when to transition to
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, no. Yeah, so he did a really good. You did a really good job overall, and being able to pull out that just find the perfect time to get that explosive trap. Explosive trap's one of those really weird things because not a lot of things have 2 health anymore. A lot of things have 3 to 4 early in the
Or
game.
1.
Yeah, or 1. Yeah.
Yeah, like 3 is such the magic number right now.
Yeah, but you
Fighting Warlocks and all that kind of stuff. So that,
were able to put him in positions where he had no option but to take his other cards down to 1 and 2 health, and then you were able to capitalize on it. So good use of traps.
Anything you want to add?
Anything you want to say, man?
Alright, powerful change in the fire deck.
Yeah.
With the fiery guys.
Yeah. I know you hate Zoo.
Is it?
Yeah, I do not like playing the deck, but it's really good,
Yeah.
honestly.
What did you guys ban from each other?
I banned Warlock because that's his best class, and he banned Warrior.
Okay. Cool. Now you're playing like a Cocoon Warrior? Or?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But all the Warrior decks are good, by the way.
Warrior is such a good class as a whole. This particular, ever since Standard drop, it's just so solid. Tim and I were actually talking about it beforehand. Like that's one of the most frightening things about Warriors. You don't know what you're playing until you start playing. So you can't mulligan. You don't know what you're mulliganing against, what you should be keeping, what you shouldn't be keeping. There's no true auto keeps versus Warrior decks.
That's why I kind of like the aggro and temper warrior decks because I think more so there's gonna be more control warrior than there is aggro. So then people might like mulligan after using the spell. And play like Paco deck and people who kind of like
Yeah.
free charger.
Oh yeah,
So
I like shots
I kind of like that metagame as well.
Yeah. Plus, there's a lot of turn 9s where you play Grom and the Blood to Ichor and
just give that to him. Yeah.
10 damage is more than Zoo does on one turn, so from 2 cards, so.
No, it's not. What?
You can leave it.
Well,
Leroy-
no,
Leroy
you got,
P- yeah,
I mean, you
Leroy
got
P.O.,
Leroy
man.
Power
Come on.
Overwhelming.
Come on
That's
now.
fine.
Come on now.
But you got, you got powerful and Doom cards. Well, that's all I'm saying. That's what I meant.
Oh, okay,
Like, that's
okay.
a normal, like, Zoo is pushing for that last damage, so I gotta prepare myself for the 9 that's gonna come.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Alright, cool. Well, hey, good luck in the top 4.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, man. You
Good
did
luck.
awesome.
Thanks
Good stuff,
for
man.
coming in. And, yeah, we'll
Probably-
probably watch one of your next matches.
Probably
too,
gonna pull you
so.
back in here
After
late
that.
after finals, yeah.
Yeah. So, alright.
Hey, Jeff, I agree with that. I agree with that idea. It's just ban the warrior because it's a lot harder to predict what warrior's gonna do. Like even if say you're gonna play against shaman, you can generally isolate that matchup because it's gonna be one of two things, right? Like you're gonna be playing mid-range shaman or you're gonna be playing aggro shaman, and those two are kind of easy to mulligan for because a lot of the cards are similar. A lot of cards are similar in each deck, especially since now aggro's been taken to playing Think from Below's. It's pretty easy. You can mulligan almost similarly for both of those things, except only difference is you versus aggro, you want more removal cards than you do versus mid range. But and even still, mid range like the mid range shaman can get really aggressive too. So it's a call.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
definitely a call. I definitely do like your idea to ban warrior like that. You know, just it's too volatile. It can be so much stuff, and you just don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm going. That's what I'm moving to. So.
No, just banning warrior.
Yep.
A lot of people have been taking to doing that in like tournaments and stuff like DreamHack and the spring qualifier. A lot of people have just been like, you know what, warrior getting hit, get out of here. Like yeah, well, I'm just not dealing with this today. Go.
Yeah. Let's take a look at this bracket. See who's still playing.
Oh, Tim lost.
Did Tim lose?
Yeah,
Oh, Tim. That's not Tim. Where's Tim?
I heard.
Oh, he did.
So
But all right. So.
let's see, who did he lose to?
He lost to NT Starstorm.
Okay.
So so that's Ryan,
Hmm.
the the kind of good looking guy.